Right, as I was saying, right? This is the book of Job, chapter 14 and verse 5 says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. See that? They have a time. And as I speak at this very said moment, that time is counting down. They have a time appointed to rulership, and the rulership of the wicked. And the rulership of the wicked, his time is coming to an end. Right? His time is coming to an end. And when his time ends, there's a time that the Israelites going to rule this world forever. So all on all those who are unsure and who tell themselves they have the right breakdown and the right correct doctrine, and who don't know what this is and what that is, the time's coming when you will see it in your face. What will be your reaction then? Alright? Your first thought. What's your first thought? You see your first thought? You had to start to examine your first thought. Because your first thought in that time supposed to be belief in it. That is why we getting this quote unquote training right now. This is like a training. To get a season for that said time. It's like a training. The little tribulation you go through, the little trial, the little temptation here and there. All these things that you go through, it's like a training for that set time. So that when that time reach, your first thought is like muscle memory. So like you're playing certain sports and your muscle in training. Right? You're playing certain sports and your muscle not trained for that sport, so you're exercising. It's very hard, so your muscle tear. Bam. Then it go back again and the muscle tear, and you go back again and the muscle tear. Eventually, your muscle would remember. It will build up a memory for that certain weight, so you will do it easier. You understand? It's the same thing. We're going through these tribulations, these trials, these distresses, these persecutions, so that when that time reach, it should be easier. The decision to accept the Lord over Esau would be easier than to accept Esau over the Lord, because you've been in this thing for a number of years and you keep exercising yourself in the ways of the Lord. Whereas the people in this world, they would be petrified out of their minds. And the clear example was during the Crown Vic, the C-19. That was an indication of people who weren't exercised in the Lord. They weren't exercised in the Lord. Plenty people panicked. Plenty people went in frightened mode one time because they thought, I up to this very day, me personally didn't give up fuck. Like literally, I know. Like, you know when people, you have to wear on mask, and you have to have on your mask, boy, and your mask. And I like, boy, fuck that mask thing, but I working, guy self-employed, I working without mask. People coming in my business, I don't give a shit, bro. You understand what I'm saying? It's not that I trying to tempt the Lord or anything, but I believe that the Lord have my back. Yeah, I'm not saying to be an idiot. You know, you can hear about something, but to say like, oh, the rule was, hey, they're putting on 5 masks on the face. Why them doing that? Because them don't believe in the Lord. You understand? And I believe I get sick. I get sick. But I pray and I take the herbs, and in one day time I was back to normal. All praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. The people who I know they literally pass away. And then when did it come with the juice? Oh my God! So like my job was pressuring me because I had work 2 jobs. A self-employed in one, and then the next one I have a boss, but that next one is just for that next one is just for like 2 hours. 2 hours for the day, and then you're done now. So the next one, early in the morning, we just go on that one from 6 to 8:30 we finish work. So the next one, he started pressure people into taking it. Yeah, anybody who don't have the juice, you can't get them work. But he said, my gun, so I don't care about this work, right? People take it on the work and lose their jobs. Me take it and I'm still working there. So you see your first thought, because that was our time, the MOTB around that time. That was not the MOTB, so that the Crown Vic and the juice around that time, bro. That was our time. Angels recorded it. Them thing was recorded. That was on the whole world. Look at it. Time is 8:44 or 84% on my phone charging, and we in Job 14, 144 all over the place. Yeah, but that was a time when people was like, yo, you don't know. The what could literally take place after. So while I was working, I was just stocking up in the early stages. Yeah, I tell my mother, it was me and my mom, I say, hey, I working here, I just buying food, I buy plenty of food, I say we don't know what coming, so at least I have a little food in the place, you know. But then when you realize this man on fucking bullshit, Esau, bro, come on. But a lot of people, their first thought was panic. You know why their first thought was panic? Because they walking in the counsel of the ungodly. If them was walking in the counsel of the godly don't fear, right? The counsel of the godly fearing for, right? The counsel of the godly don't fear. This is the book of Isaiah 33:6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. See? So like, yeah, I have a little cool here. And this is the first time I get the cold since like 2 years here. And me even get nothing to say. And all of that too is come down to where you eating. Change around my diet now. But wisdom and knowledge could be the stability of your times. Keep you stable. As you know. And it's not just any wisdom and knowledge, you know. It's the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because you know that this knowledge, the knowledge of the Heavenly Father, will save you. It could protect you because you know the Lord. And you're serving Him. And you believe in Him. So your first thought is to believe. Your first thought is not to panic. Because we come into the time. Every second that ticks closer to the time. At the end. We have an end time. 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 It's not forever. Esau is not going to rule this earth forever. He have a time that he has to end his rulership. Alright? He has that time to end his rulership, and we are nearing that time. So the nearer we reach to that time, what do you think is going to come out from him? The anger that's inside, that he's about to lose it. So he's going to lose it. Your first thought when he starts to lose it is not panic. You're being exercised to do panic in tribulation and distress. You're being exercised right now to not panic, so you can't panic in them time. In them time you have to be strong, righteous as bold as a lion. This book of Isaiah 33:14 says, the sinners of Zion are afraid. Who are afraid? The righteous? Never. The righteous bold as a lion, but you see, these people were in terror mode, in panic mode, because they were sinners. They know they are sinners, and they wouldn't refuse. They wouldn't stop sin. They wouldn't refuse sin. They wouldn't reject sin. They love to sin, but when terror come, they know they don't have nobody to call on. When terror reach, you have nobody to call on, but you're accepting a sinful life. Don't you know that a sinful life leads to pain? It leads to pain. That is what is going on. You have no hedge, because he's a sinner. The Lord cannot protect you. The Lord cannot protect you. Scripture says that in the book of John 9:39 or 31, Salakia. We know that the Lord heareth not sinners. The Lord cannot hear your prayers. He's a sinner. Proverbs 28:9. Right? The Lord won't hear you. So you will be afraid. You will be terrified. These sinners were terrified. The ones who know they were not serving the Heavenly Father, they were in distress mentally, because they knew they were about to lose everything they worked hard for, and the comforts of the life that they was living is about to be gone. But you see, we don't like Babylon the Great. And I reckon some Israelite groups would be terrified as well too in them time. And you know why? Because they are teaching false doctrines. And if you are teaching false doctrines, then you are not in the right spirit. So when them time reach, you and all will be terrified, because you're not in the right spirit. You're teaching a false doctrine. Right? So it says, the sinners of Zion are afraid. Fearfulness had surprised the hypocrites. Who among us shall dwell with the devouring fire? The righteous. Who among us shall dwell with everlasting burnings? Who is the devouring fire? The Lord. So, that consuming fire, Scripture tells us, right? Who is that devouring fire? The Heavenly Father, bro. I'm going to Deuteronomy 24. I'm going to Deuteronomy 14. And Deuteronomy the 4th chapter is. Deuteronomy 4:24 says, for the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is a consuming fire, even a jealous power.